adaptation of all the other Frankenstein films made. What made you take it in that direction?
Well, I think that there are three things about the Mary Shelley book that have been slightly misinterpreted. One is that the book was never about reanimating corpses. It's about creating life, or more specifically, creating consciousness. And, it's an idea that's 200 years old, that she intuited at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the beginning of the scientific revolution, really, that would be the ultimate aim of science, to create consciousness or to create life. And, we are still striving for that. And, we now also feel that there's a possibility of us achieving it in our lifetimes, whether through AI or through biotechnology. So I think the story is very relevant in that sense, because if we get to that point where we do have artificial life that we're going to exist with, it's still very much an issue. And then the issue is, who are those people? Do they have rights? Are they, what does it actually mean to be a person? No one actually knows what consciousness is. I mean, you can't weigh it or quantify it. We think we live inside our heads, but do we? We don't know. If I cut your head off, is it you and your head or your body? Is your head, what right? I think it was in The Tenant where Polanski says, "What right has my head got to call itself me?"
That's right.
Yes, I love that line actually.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your character in Frankenstein, please?
I may, yes. I play Dr. Frankenstein, a slightly modernized version of the character. Possibly I'm a kind of plastic surgeon that works in Silicon Valley. Maybe I've injected my patients with a few too many shots of Botox, and I'm possibly slightly dissatisfied, and I'm looking for something creative to do, and what more creative than to create life? I manage it somehow.
So, how does this differ from, say, any of your other productions that you've been in? How do you prepare for a character such as Dr. Frankenstein?
You read the Mary Shelley book. You talk to the director, Bernard Rose, who I've worked with many times, and you try to figure out how the character is true to you, possibly, and fulfill Bernard's vision. But what I liked about him is that he's an egomaniac. I can identify with that, and he kind of feels he's somehow done something which has never been done before. And yes, you can create the human form, with scanners and other technical advances, but to create consciousness and a soul is probably the biggest ego trip of all time. So I just have to channel that.